Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth session of Chinese Basics. In this session, we'll know a little bit about the Chinese characters. And before we start, let us have a review from our first session where we learned that English words may have one or more syllables, while Chinese words only have one syllable. There are two sets of Chinese characters. One is the traditional, and second, simplified. Traditional Chinese characters preserves the orthodox characters that have been used for thousands of years. Currently, it's being used in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. Simplified was introduced in 1956 in an effort to promote literacy by reducing the number of strokes. It is currently used in mainland China, Singapore, and Chinese community in Malaysia. Traditional Chinese has clearer and deeper built-in meaning. Traditional Chinese readers can easily read simplified than the other way around. Whereas for simplified Chinese, it takes lesser time to write, easier to learn, and hence encourages literacy. Here are some examples of the differences of traditional from simplified. There are 4 words in English: long, door, us, and beautiful, and you would be able to see the differences. Simplified has lesser strokes. For the last word, beautiful, the Chinese contains 2 words, and you would notice that the first word is exactly the same, but the second word is not the same. Here are some examples of which the traditional and simplified are written exactly the same way. Another example is love, where traditional is different to the simplified. You would notice that the main difference is the part that is encircled, which means heart. So there are lots of people that saying, in love, we need the heart. So the traditional has the heart, but in simplified, the heart is gone. So which is better? Each to his own. Some arguments also criticizes traditional to be almost the same for words that have totally different meanings. However, in simplified, it is easier to identify what the word means. Here are 3 words of which the traditional is totally different. However, when transformed to simplified, it's exactly the same. So some arguments were saying, if we see that simplified, how do we know what it meant? This slide shows another example, as well as this slide. Quite confusing and baffling? Well, that's how complicated Chinese is. And here's one more thing. One's dialect does not determine which script someone uses to write. It depends on their native region. So, for example, a Mandarin speaker may choose to write in traditional or simplified script, depending on whether they are from Singapore or Taiwan, China or Hong Kong. Therefore, your written translation will not depend on the spoken language of your target audience, but rather on where they come from. That's all, guys. Hope you have learned something new through this session, and see you in our next session. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.